Hello, this is Running Robert, and today we're going to be talking about the Protalix BioTherapeutics PLX fourth quarter 2024 quarterly summary and yearly report. Today is the 18th of March 2025, and we got the yearly report yesterday and the conference call. So we are going to look at the bullish and the bearish parts of the company. So I generally follow small cap pharma. I do games. I do a little bit of everything. So if you like what I'm doing, hey, please like and subscribe. It helps a lot, and thank you. Disclaimer, I currently do have a position which I bought slightly under $1. If you follow these videos, you will have that confirmation. So I am loving this action. I'm an amateur investor, and any advice given should be followed up by your own due diligence, and any information given is valid for today, the 18th of March, and the slideshow will not be updated, but as we get new news, new slideshows. So let's get into it. The quarter four report. So I got the yearly report, but I am going to break it up into the quarter just to make it a little easier. The company revenue was around 18 million, which stayed consistent with the third quarter, which was also 18 million. And most of that change was that we had less sales for Pfizer, more sales from our other partner. So that pretty much made up the difference. Cash at the end of the quarter was 34.8 million. That is up from 27.4, which is the end of quarter three. We have no more notes, no more debt. They have been paid. We are expecting PRX 115 phase 2 to start in the second half of 2025. Data is going to be the first half of 2027. And right now we're sitting at a 245 price and a $165 million market cap. And that is up from a $1.41 price and a slightly under $100 million market cap at the end of the last quarter. So we have seen some good growth in the last quarter for sure. So again, we're just continuing to get that confirmation that sales are continuing to come in and are continuing to be strong. So let's talk about those sales first. So the best numbers to date. So in the year, the total sales were 29.3 million. So they get 15% off of sales. So to find out what 29.3 million is, you divide it by 0.115 or 15%. That's going to give us around 195 total million in sales in 2024. So pretty positive, pretty good. Like I said, this is a very big group. There's a couple $1 billion in Fabry. So it's very positive. And of course, we're looking at sales were 17.5 in 2023. That's about 116 million, but it wasn't on the market the entire time. So a little hard to look at. But if we can get that same kind of growth in 2025, we are in good shape. So we're going to look forward a little bit. So the company operating expenses were about 50 million for the year, and we do expect a change as PRX 115 goes into phase 2. Now they've said that changes 20 million more in expenses, not counting labor. Don't know why I couldn't say that, or internal cost. So I'm kind of estimating about 30 million over 2 years. Now, some of it's factored in because obviously we did have some of the phase 1 trial in 2024, but again, we're unsure how much. So we're going to look at the worst case scenario, and that is what I want to emphasize. This is worst case. So you add 15 million to 50 million, you get 65. Again, do that same division. You need 433 million in sales. Okay, no issue there. From the other companies, we got about $20 million. So let's just bump that down to 45 million, divide that by 15. That is 300 million. Now that sale is possible. You know, we can look at that and we can say, yeah, we can easily probably hit that one with enough time. So, and again, cash in the quarter was 34.8 million. And I do expect it to continue to go up until the trial starts. So we might have 45 million in the bank before we get to the part where, hey, we're going to need, we're going to start this and have a lot more expenses. So overall, again, fairly positive. PRX 115 data, very positive. The drug had a dose-dependent response, which means the more drug you get, the more change to the uric acid, which is what they're looking for. And that is generally a positive sign for that the drug actually works. Safety was acceptable. Of course, the drug reduced uric acid, which is what causes gout. So obviously, if you have a dose-dependent response on a thing that's causing your issue, is looking fairly positive. Phase 2 is starting, of course, phase 2 design is starting with communication from regulatory agency, and it's set to launch in the second half of 2025. Okay, so I know at this point, when I've said bullish and bearish, it's all been positive news at the moment. So we're just going to take a step back because we are investors. We don't want to get surprised. We want to know what's going on, and we need to know what could hurt us in the future. Not saying any of these are going to happen, but these are things that we need to be on the watch for. So obviously, sales could go stagnant or not grow as much in 2025. That is simple. We might have 200 million this year, only 250. We're not going to get a huge amount more revenue. You can kind of see the problem. PRX 115 is still a long way from providing any meaningful revenue. 2 years in a phase 2, most likely a year between the end of the phase 2 and a start of a phase 3, and then possibly another 2 years. So the math is adding up. That's not necessarily a negative. It's just so far away, we really can't account for it. And of course, it could fail. 100% possible. We look like we got it, but you have to do the test to do it. Or, what maybe more would happen is the results are just meh. Like they're nothing better, nothing that's going to differentiate from anything else in the market. So, that is stuff that could happen. Now, again, based on the other information, I am very bullish on it, but we still have to watch out for that. And then, of course, no other pipeline. They have one other drug. It's still in preclinical, so we are a very long ways from getting anything else in the pipeline. Though, PRX 115, very positive, could be a billion-dollar drug for sure. Okay, so summary. Overall is a great quarter and a great year. Like, I can't say that enough. I think this company is turning the corner or the tables, and they are looking very nice. I think if this trend continues, we could double to 5 and a $300 million market cap. As we get into that phase 2 trial, as sales keep increasing, as we get results from that, like 5, maybe even 10 is the possibility in the future. Especially if you can get that gout drug and it's going to do well. At that point, you might be looking at $15. So that would be a huge amount more than the $250 that we're sitting at right now. So again, very long-term hold, very positive about it. And that's, I think, all I really have to say about it. So thank you very much for watching and listening, and I hope you have a wonderful day.